Oh no, then I'm not. I haven't even fought her yet. I thought she was the last step. Oh no, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reward though, because the rewards are pretty meh. That's that's fair, yeah.
Damn you, Charizard. Damn you.
What are you doing here? Get lost, or you.
Like Gigantic's like, get out of Sir Radzig's room.
They should just finally move all the Pokemon into Sword and Shield. That way I can finish the National Dex. Actually, that's probably physically impossible because there's some Pokemon that I won't be able to obtain, but I get pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
Yeah, camping.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, blame you.
Yeah. And some people are assholes and they just like record you having them and send it to Nintendo and try to get your fucking account banned because they're assholes.
Wait, what kind of birds with Nintendo? What?
Legendary bird Pokemon.
Oh. But why the fuck would Nintendo ban you? Why wouldn't they just remove the item manually from your account?
Well, no, it was. I don't know what they'd actually do, but like, I'm sure that's the thought process of someone who does that.
Yeah, it's like, why would you piss off the person by banning their account and almost guaranteeing the fact that they'll probably never come back to your fucking game? And instead, you could just be like,
Hal.
hey,
Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst
yoink.
as well?
I am. What about Istvan? I assume...
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
I see why this game got 30 Game Awards in 2018. It's because the fucking story is like a movie. It's like a 3-hour movie. It kind of is, though.
I'll be right back.
My lords, Christ's blessings on you all.
And on you, Lord Capon.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Radzig.
It came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
The question is, which king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur. That King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young
Around 40
the
trophy.
crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up
the highest I've gone so
privileges
far.
too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of
That would be
hand,
nice.
Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What you're saying,
Like, I
Wenceslas
don't mind
invited him
the
here?
newer games, but at the same time, like,
Actually, it makes sense when
I
you
like
think
the
about it.
remake, because the remakes generally aren't
Sigismund
bad,
wanted to
they're actually
re-establish the
really good.
power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans. And
This is
leave the
more
actual
complicated
reign
than
of
I
Bohemia
expected.
and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned holy emperor long ago?
Yeah, that useless
Go
fucking
let the Pope
Pokemon
with
to
the
do. Which really
Maybe
annoys
prefer
me,
hunting and
because, like,
consort-
Well, so would I.
like putting this out like it's a major event.
Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom.
There's so little mystery.
Crown.
And they just didn't really bother with this game at all.
Wenceslas like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund's pulled from under him.
Oh.
I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation.
Kind of
Just
movie or
like a
some
naughty
shit.
child.
This
as
whole
you said.
cutscene is
So he
basically trying to
abducted
tell the
him and
player
your brother
that
Prokop
King
too,
Sigismund
if I
is not
hear
as
it correct. You do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund, whatever the cost, there was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here.
Ah,
The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir.
Yikes.
But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
Why is this starting to sound similar to our situation?
Idleness.
people like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergholf, Heinrich von
The
Rosenberg.
situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of
That's a
Lords are
squirrel
realizing
lover.
that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Berghoff is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without
The
unnecessary
second form is like,
hostilities or
this
expenses.
was this left leg
I have
incarnate.
negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund.
Oh, I'm
Every
smooth as
day
fuck.
he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghoff, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts, and now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghoff know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his
Yeah,
alliance with Wenceslas.
I miss the mystery of
Divish
all the
came within a
Pokemon
hair of the
games. Like,
same
the new
fate.
one almost has like
Even
no
Rattay is
secrets to it.
defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, your
I don't know,
grace,
secrets
King
are
Wenceslas
hard
languishes in
because,
captivity in Vienna.
internet, but...
He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like scarlets? We have to put a stop to this senseless war.
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Bergov at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Bergov would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do
See you guys
next.
later.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an...
I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent.
See you guys later.
Margrave Jobst and I will draft the
There's
letter.
a lot of like
Get ready,
medieval
and
politics
we'll meet back
in
here.
like this main story. Like it actually like once you find out about the counterfeit ring, like the counterfeit coin ring, and then I already did all of that, and and did the siege of Talmberg.
Write it in your name as Lord of Lipa.
And
Quite
it's like,
so,
holy
Margrave.
shit, the story's just
exactly
getting
am
more
I to write?
complicated. I'm like, holy fuck, I'm just trying to keep along with this.
Question is how.
So what do you think of it all, Sir Divish?
I think I don't know what to think.
That makes two of us.
If I didn't know anything about Jobst, I'd say he's right and absolutely truthful. But I've heard too.
No, I need to get this done tonight. I'm gonna get it done tonight. I'm gonna continue until I finish it. This shit's taking forever anyways. I need to get it done. It's all good though because the stream will be archived, meaning you can look it up whenever you want to. That's up to you.
Likewise.
How about writing that you're concerned about...
So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yes. I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land.
Wait.
It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
Another castle? Holy shit. Oh my god, this game really does like take its story seriously. Like it's like holy fuck. I'm not even gonna like, look at all this stuff I could talk about. I'm gonna get a headache if I even attempt right now. Like I know what the League of Lords is. I know that Prokop was some guy who fought against I think the Ottomans. And, well, obviously know who Jobst is. Jobst is that guy that was saying, "We need to end the war." That was pretty much Jobst. That young man, John of Liechtenstein, well, I mean, he said who he was earlier. You probably forgot because, I mean, there was so much talking. Look here, if you forget a few things, like, no one's gonna, hold skin over your bones because there's so much talking in this game. There's so much talking in this game that my speech is at, like, 19.
Very well.
The main quest
Take
gives
the letter
you a
from
lot
Sir
of
Hanush.
speech.
And good luck, son.
It really does. Like, here, let me show you. It's fucking insane. Look at this. 19. My speech used to be like 16. It shot up like 3 levels because I did the main quest like crazy. It's freaking gnarly.
So what do you think of it all, Sir Divish? I think I don't know what. That makes 2 of us.
So do
if
you
I
know
didn't
the
know
secret
anything
about
Yavs, I'd say he's right.
that one guy named Radzig?
Oh.
Do you know what the secret is about him?
I do feel he's the one with the best chance to put things right.
Well,
no, this guy
we'll
right
see
here.
what we learn from Bergov. If
Sir
the League of
Radzig
Lords stands
Kobola.
with Sigismund,
Do you know the
then our
secret?
chances pale. In spite of
There's a
everything
secret
else.
between him and Henry.
We shall see. We shall see.
Do you know what it is? Okay. It was kind of told like hours ago earlier, in the last stream, but basically this guy right here, Sir Radzig, he is actually the father of Henry. Henry is a bastard child of Sir Radzig. Do you remember Henry's mom when she was still alive? When he was okay, so Henry's mom is the mother of him. Sir Radzig, when he was really young, he was probably drunk and he was messing around with with bathhouse wenches, and I believe she was probably one of those or something along the lines. She might have been like a mill worker or whatever, but basically he fucked a common woman, and she got pregnant and had Henry, and then when she was pregnant, that's when that guy that we thought was our father kind of showed up, and he got engaged with her because he wanted to help her raise her child, and I think he just liked her. The reason why you're probably wondering, well, why didn't Sir Radzig just marry Henry's biological mom? The thing about that is, in the medieval period, a noble man, like a man of nobility, of blood from a powerful landowner, they were not allowed to openly breed with people who weren't of noble status or of royal blood. A commoner was not allowed to fornicate with like a princess or a prince or a duke or a duchess or a king or a queen, and vice versa. So that's why Henry's mom didn't, just get married to him, and then because that doesn't work in the medieval.
Huh?
In the medieval legal system, it didn't work like that. That would be considered blasphemy. That's just how feudalism worked. I know that sounds really complicated, but trust me, that is just the tip of the iceberg, man. This fucking story, man. I'm still trying to piece all of it together.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Gutenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is
I'm not
deliver
gonna
the
lie,
letter,
Hans
listen
in his
to the
armor
answer,
looks cool.
and
I
come
don't know
back
about
here.
you. I think
Don't
Sir Hans
provoke
looks cool in
Berghoff
his
in
armor.
any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
Alright.
I wish you Godspeed.
I'm basically Hans' bodyguard, which is kind of cool. Damn, bro, this is a game that takes its main story very fucking seriously because it's long and there's a lot of... Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, wait, hold up, Gohan. You still there? You want to see the final cutscene of the game? It's literally telling me that. You want to see the very ending of the game here? I haven't seen it yet either. We're going to see it right now. Dude, it's cool seeing Hans in his armor, though. Oh, you just walked through my horse, bro. What is this magic? Oh, we have to talk to him. Okay, that's fair. All right, Hans.
So, can we set off now, Henry?
Yes, we can.
Of course. I can't wait.
So, to horse! The Lord of Berghoff is bound to be waiting us eagerly.
Whoa! Careful there, Capon.
So, how is life as a highborn bastard?
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rodzig? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord.
Highborn bastard.
What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Being a peasant.
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again, but now it looks a lot more complicated.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. Beggar's belief. Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a...
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trust in your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Ha! Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course that's not something to brag about in front of Yost.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite them being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel. And have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
And that Bergoff we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him. And his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
I get to see this castle in a cutscene, because they keep freaking talking about it. It's not a castle on the map, if you're wondering. It's like a castle from in like a different country.
And what about the League of Lords?
Wealthy, pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put the foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back at their old tricks.
Yeah, well, I don't know. King Wenceslas was kind of an idiot. Like, like, Gohan, what if you were a king and you got kidnapped by somebody, and instead of hanging the people that kidnapped you, you decided to give him a promotion and a seat of office? That's basically what King Wenceslas did. He's like, hey man, you kidnapped me, but you know what? Here's the seat of office. Go crazy. And then he got kidnapped again. Later on. This wasn't like back to back. This was over the course of like years. Oh, we're getting right by the border of the map. We're gonna get a cutscene. It's probably gonna be real soon. So we're at Neuhof right now, and
Yeah.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
Are you wishing you'd stayed home at Rattay instead of joining in our nighttime venture?
You must be joking. I haven't had so much fun since... actually ever.
Really? Despite being wounded? Actually, you missed the best part. When I was hauling you like a sack of grain to the battlements dead to the world.
It can't have been that much fun if I fell asleep. But you might have handled me a bit more gently. I'm black and blue all over.
Oh, all right then. Next time I'll just leave you to Istvan's tender mercies.
Nonsense. What would you do without me? Still, thank you for hauling me out of there.
Anything for you, my lord.
Goodbye.
Goes from hating Sir Hans to being his best friend. Well, things have come full circle in this game. So what, we're gonna hang out in this camp? I'm just trying to figure out what's like... I know there's gotta be an ending cutscene. This game is so cinematic, like, it'd be a crime not to.
How about it, Henry? Can we go? Are you ready for this?
Of course. At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Quite.
Here we go.
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that horseman who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I have a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
Gonna kill Mark von Arlitz. Oh. We can still kill that guy. Okay. But here's the question. Alright, whoever's in this stream, I appreciate you being here. Although, I'm not sure if you really saw any of my earlier ones when I was playing the game before, and although not consistently, but I do have them. This is pretty much the end of the line. The main quest doesn't go any farther than this. There is another objective. Obviously, there's this man that I need to hunt, but I'm not really sure what to do, and I'm probably going to leave it off for here for now. But I appreciate you watching this stream. Have a good one. Thank you and goodbye. Peace out.